my quilty friends, welcome back to my country farmhouse sewing room and quilting studio. I'm Marnay, and today I would like to give you the finished conclusion of the Goat Girl quilt that I have been working on in some past videos. If you've been keeping up with my channel, you'll know that I was building this little goat quilt, and I kind of led you on a little bit of this journey with me of how I did a lot of the applique and how I brought this goat to life. So the pattern, if you haven't seen the pattern yet, this is the pattern and it's called Delilah, and it is by swirlygirlsdesign.com, but I got this pattern from my friend Erin at Sheets So Creative in Wellsboro, PA. So if you would like to find this pattern, Erin has it, sheetsocreative.com. This is a really fun and easy pattern to do. I had to go all out and jazz mine up because I am anything but cookie cutter, and I thought that this pattern was kind of hollow and plain and it needed to be brought to life. So I really had a lot of fun with this. This is just something that I played with. I had no plan, rhyme, or reason. It's just how it came out. I used a lot of things that I had, applique patterns and different things, different fabrics that had little prints on it, such as these flowers here that I had put in the centers of my pinwheels because I had these and it was just, these flowers were in a colored block. So I just took them, glued them, well, I pressed them onto some heat and bond so it kind of glues it and gives them a backing, cut them out, and then adhered them to my pinwheels on my quilt, and then I stitched them down in a matching thread all the way around. So this was very relaxing to me to put this together. I just love it. My friend Erin, ooh, I got some threads on here. My friend Erin gave me some of these fabrics. She gave me this little goat background fabric here. It has these little goats jumping all over, and it's really super sweet. And I had some other ideas for it, but when I had this pattern, I was looking for fabrics to put in it. This just screamed at me to put it in the background, and it was just super cute, and it just kind of went. And she also gave me the little rickrack fabric here, and there was one more, and I think it might have, oh, the orange. Yeah, so they were three colors that matched because the goats have a lot of orange in them, and they have a lot of the colors of the rickrack and whatnot. So the rest I just kind of pulled out of my stash and put with this. So, I mean, this is creativity. When you get a pattern, my mind tends to run wild with this kind of thing. So I did put a lot of scraps into this quilt. Got threads everywhere. The horns here. My mother-in-law gave me a little piece of this fabric because I'm a scrap collector, and she brought that up, and I instantly thought, oh my gosh, that's going to be my horns for my little goat girl. So I incorporated that, and they're just floral, and they have the orange and the yellow and the light blue and a little bit of green, and it just really matched. The goat, I actually put this in it's almost like blue violets with a little bit of the green leaves in here, and it just made a very nice little color for the goat, just something whimsical and pretty. The eyes, as you can see in the pattern, were very dark and very hollow. Well, as anybody that's been around goats, I have goats, but they have like a, the iris in their eyes is a slit. It's, so I appliqued, the eyes to be more lifelike. And I also had some of this gauzy stuff. It comes on a roll. It's called chenille. And I took some of that and I kind of made eyelashes on her, just, because she's a girl. And of course I put a little flower applique on her head. I put a little lei around her neck, which was a suggestion by one of my subscribers. Thank you very much. I thought that was a great idea because originally I was going to put a halo on her head, but I really like the flower and the idea of a lei. And of course the bird just kind of come to mind because I had a bird pattern for applique, and I traced it out on my heat and bond, and I just picked some colors to make me a sweet little bird on here. I didn't put any legs on him, and I didn't put an eye. I just kind of leave that to your imagination. The background fabric here. When I put this together, I didn't quite have enough, and I was really hoping I could push it because I just didn't do the math for it. I just kind of winging it. But I didn't quite have enough, so I put a white piece of fabric to fill in here on the bottom. So I got creative, which you can't really see that, so let me move you down so you can see what I did, because my camera does not get this whole view of this, but the pinwheels are on the bottom, and then I have these flowers down here. So this is where my white piece was. So I got creative and I made all kinds of applique flowers. And some of these little flowers were off from other pieces of fabric that had flowers on them. And I just attached or ironed on some heat and bond, and then I cut out the flowers, and then I adhered them to my quilt, and then I stitched everything down. So all of my appliques are all stitched down in matching thread. So there's little flowers here. There's one with a little stem on it and there. And even over here on the side, I did end up putting a little piece of white fabric over here on the side. So I don't know if I can get that in the camera very good. But there is a flower here. And I also put one of my tags on this as well, which says Country Farmhouse. Wait a minute. Handmade by Country Farmhouse Quilting. Gosh, if I could talk. So anyway, it just has all these wonderful appliques on it. And even on the bottom of the pinwheels here, as you can see, I put a flower in the center of each of my pinwheels. This was just a really fun quilt to make. And I really put my creativity in it. And you know, this is where you just let your brain run wild when you have something, you know. Just have fun with it. There is no rules for quilting. So the back. The back is glorious. I love this. And it's almost like these watercolor flowers. This is another fabric that I got from Erin's shop, Sheets So Creative in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. Check her out on sheetssocreative.com. Or if you would like to go to Erin's shop, I recommend, if you're in the area, to check that out because she has the most widest array of wide backs that you can get for your quilts. I mean, she's got all sorts of designs. Colors and flannels and minkies and, you know, you name it. If Erin ain't got it, she'll get it for you. So really, if you really should check her out. If you can't get to her shop, check her out online. And help us shop local here. I mean, she is a local business and she's wonderful. She's a wonderful personality and her husband is great too. Very fun people. So on my quilting, I just did this in a cream colored thread and I just put a meander design on this because I did not want to put a kind of pattern on this because there is so much going on in this quilt that I didn't want to take away from any of the work that I had put into it with the flowers and stuff. So I stuck with a simple meander. And then I finished this off with like a pretty pink binding. The pink binding was another scrap that was given to me. I don't know, they probably was about 1/3 of a yard. And I was a little sketchy and thinking, oh, do I have enough? But I cut it up into strips and I had more than enough. So I put it on and I machine bind. So it really matches the flowers on the back and it really just gives it that girly effect. I don't know. This is my quilt and this is my quilt. So this is kind of a tribute to Gracie, which Gracie is going to be arriving here shortly. I'm hoping to bring her home within a week of getting this video out, hopefully. Jim has been working feverishly in our barn where we keep our chickens, and usually our goat Gilbert, you know, he's been in with the chickens, and it's just a lot to contend with. And my chickens are a lot to contend with as well because they are escapees. And when I say escapees, that means they're running all over my yard, in my garden, in my flower beds, and they make a mess. I love my chickens. They lay great eggs and they're fun to have, but they are also very messy. So Jim has been working feverishly in the garage, or the barn, and we are separating the chickens and we're going to keep them more contained into one area and give them a better area for them. And then I'm going to bring Gracie home with Gilbert and they are going to have their own separate pen, and Gilbert is going to have a companion because sometimes I feel like he's lonely out there and, you know, I don't know. I just feel he needs a companion. So I think it's going to be great. So I will keep you posted on Gracie. So when she comes home, I'm sure there's going to be a video on that and see how Gilbert reacts to her. I'm not really sure because we've had him since he was a baby and he's been our only baby. And he really is very much a pet. So anyway, stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this little conclusion on my Goaty Girl quilt. This has been a very fun thing to make. Super easy. Just have fun with it, you know, if you decide to do it, and put your own spin on things. So thank you for watching this little video, and if you like this video, please subscribe. Please subscribe because I do have an upcoming giveaway for the 2,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure I'm almost there. I would appreciate your comments. Tell me your thoughts, your likes, you know. And I really appreciate you being here and enjoying my channel. So I will chat at you later. Okay, bye.